Reichard, President and CEO of Must Ministries, and I'm in the middle of something very exciting today, and that is our wonderful partners at J.M. Huber are helping us with our Build Hope campaign that we're doing to be able to build a new homeless shelter here in our community. And they have made a significant gift to this campaign, and they're presenting the check today. So we're so excited. Their CEO, Mike Barbary, is over here to my right, and then Joanne Burrell, who is our County Commission Vice Chair, is with us today as well to say thank you. So Joanne, I'm going to let you say some words here.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Wright. It is an honor to be with you today. First, I'd like to thank Dr. Ike Reichert for all the inspiration and ministry work that he does in this community of Cobb. Not just here at Must Ministries, but through his ministry at Piedmont Church. He is an inspiration to us all. And I'd also like to thank J.M. Huber for their generosity in donating to the build of this shelter. You know, it's partnerships like this with the community, businesses, nonprofits, and the county that make this county thrive and a great county to live, work, and play. So thank you, Dr. Ike. Thank you, J.M. Huber. And I appreciate your generosity and all of your work.
And thank you on the county's behalf for the gift of $1 million you've given to help us through the CDBG grants. And that was a foundational gift, so thank you so much.
Yeah, it takes a team.
Well, thank you both. I'm Mike Marbury, and it's really a special occasion to be here to make a Huber corporate gift to Must Ministries. And as CEO, pleased to make a few remarks on behalf of the corporation this morning. For those of you who don't know, Huber actually celebrated its 135th year as a corporation last year. Still 100% family-owned enterprise into its sixth generation now.
Wow.
So, our company has been globally recognized as one of the most successful and really enduring family organizations globally. And I think one of the things that really sets Huber apart is what I would describe as a strong employee culture. Big core values that are linked to the Huber family, and really define how we conduct our business and how we like to operate globally. One of those core values is respect for people. And it not only describes the kind of work environment we want to have inside the company, it also really conveys our desire to do good in the world, outside of Huber, and have a real impact on the communities, especially where our employees live and work. And Huber has a long history of doing that, over many, many decades. But recently, we really heightened our commitment to have even a greater impact on our communities going forward. So it was mentioned earlier, as an example, in 2018, we initiated a new program in our company called Impact Your Community Funding. And it's really where we invited our employees to come forward and identify community projects that they would like Huber to consider funding. And in our very first year, globally, we had 12 submissions that we evaluated through our philanthropy committee, and through a lot of rigorous discussion and assessments, we chose 3 of those to fund globally. And our largest decision was with Must Ministries. So we've actually talked about a little bit this morning before we got together. Must Ministries. Why Must for this gift? And I think it's important that so many of our employees here in the Atlanta office have had an important interaction with Must over many, many years now, really through their volunteer work, through donations, through Must initiatives like the summer lunch program, like Loaves and Fishes, the community kitchen, the Christmas toy drive, family pantries at schools. So we've got employees that have been for many years now involved in all those initiatives. So they've had an opportunity to see firsthand the great work that Must Ministries does in our community. So that was very important in our selection process. And then secondly, this particular campaign really aligns to one of Huber's most important core focuses around its corporate philanthropy, and that's access to housing. As a business, housing is generally important to Huber from an enterprise standpoint. For almost 40 years now, we've been a supplier of really high-quality building materials for the construction of single-family and multifamily homes throughout the country. So that's a business for us, but I think even more important than the business, it's a cornerstone of our corporate philanthropy in terms of one of the most important ways that we seek to reach outside the walls of Huber and really impact people's lives in the communities where we operate. So, for example, last year, Huber provided engineered woods building materials to actually fund the construction, support the construction of 6 handicap-enabled smart homes for some of our most seriously wounded U.S. veterans. So we did 6 homes last year, and we also partnered with Habitat for Humanity to build sort of our first Huber home in the Atlanta community for a needy but very well-deserving family in this area. So those were hallmarks in 2018, and just really happy that this year in 2019 we can start the year with a very important, significant gift to Must Ministries. And we're all very excited about that. Our Corporate Philanthropy Committee, we've got Don Young, who chairs the committee, Leah Volpe, who really helps us with all the administration, selected Must Ministries for this gift of $100,000 in cash, plus donated Huber Engineered Woods materials for the Build Hope Home campaign. So we're very proud and honored to be able to do that, and look forward to working with Must Ministries in the future with our joint vision of doing good in our communities. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You know what we really like, Mike, is when we take these through the drive-through at the bank.